Welcome to the General Psychology on Blackboard presentation. This presentation will present you with a very short introduction to how Blackboard works in my class. Other classes may be different, but this is for my class. When you first access the class, you'll be taken to the announcements page. This is the landing page for my class. If you go somewhere else in the class by clicking another button, then you can always get back to the announcements by clicking on the announcements button, which is the first button at the top of the list of menued buttons. The next announcement will always be, the newest announcement will always be at the top of the list. So if you've seen the announcement before, then you know that then there is no new announcement. Here you can see the first welcome message that is in the class when it's first set up. So let's look at the Start Here button, which is the button right underneath announcements. So the next button that we're going to look at is the Start Here button, which takes you to the very first day activities. This button is the second button in the list right underneath announcements. You'll probably only click on this one time or maybe twice. As soon as you've finished what's in it, then you'll never have to click on it again. The first day activities need to be finished as soon as possible, and you should read them and complete them on the day you log into the class, that first day. But you have until the first 10% of the class to finish those activities that are in there. If you have not finished them within the first 10% and you haven't done anything else, then you will be dropped from the class. So it's important to get those done. You will need to read all the information in the course information. That's one of the things that the first day activities tells you to do, and we'll look at the course information area in just a minute. Then you need to send me an email, and there are specific information that you have to add to the email, and that's also listed in the first day activities. And then you'll need to complete a discussion forum, which is called the icebreaker discussion. So now let's look at course information. Course information is full of data about the class and policies of the college. You can see part of the page here. The very first link in it is a folder that has information about me, your professor, and it's called Meet Your Professor. The syllabus is the official college syllabus, and there's more information in there that I've added as well. There's a folder for the grading policy that I have, which most of you will want to know what the grading policy is, and also the schedule, what weeks we're going to do what, when things are due. Also, there's student essays, there's writing assignments in this class, and so the student essays folder contains instructions on how to write those essays. There is a folder to explain quizzes. You can take quizzes as many times as you want to during the semester, and your highest grade counts. So if you take a quiz and it's 100, and then you take it again and it's only a 10, then the 100 counts. The quizzes stay open all semester long, so you can practice them, and they're good for reviews. And then there's folders underneath that. For instance, there's a folder about tests, which you cannot see at this time, which explains my timed tests, and other folders which answer almost every question that students ever ask me. So let's look now at the course content button, which is the most important button in this class. Here we are at the course content page. This is if you had clicked on the button called course content. You will be coming here a lot. This is where all of your main information is, and the things that you're going to have to do, your homework, all the other stuff that you get graded on. So the first area is help discussion forum. And that's just a forum that you can use if you have any kind of questions about the class that you need help with, and technical issues as well. And hopefully somebody in the class will be able to help you with any issues you might have or questions about the class, or I will be able to, or at least point you in the right direction to find those. The second one is the water cooler. This is a location just like in any business where people hang around the water cooler and talk trash all day long. Well, you're not allowed to talk trash in this class, but if there's something you want to talk about that doesn't have anything to do with the class, then you can post it in the water cooler section, and hopefully other students will also want to talk about that particular item. Just remember that you do not want to start a flame war, or you will lose all points for all of your forums, and that's 20 points, which means you would not be able to get a B in the class. The third area is the first day activities. We've already seen the first day activities, but if you wanted to get back to them, you could click there or go back to the Start Here button, which takes you to the same place. After that, there will be one folder for each unit in the class. There are 14 units in the class. Here you can see the first learning unit as the folder for history and science of psychology. So let's take a little closer look at the learning units. So there were 14 units in general psychology. Here you see 2 of them. There's a link to a song at the very top of the unit, and then there are objectives for the unit. And finally, notice that there's a red line which gives you specific date when the homework for this unit is due. When you click on the unit to open it, there will be some links to help you learn the information, and then some links to work on that will be graded, some homework. So let's look at the Learning Unit 1 folder next, as if we opened up that unit. So in this slide, we see a very reduced picture of Learning Unit 1 folder on science and history of psychology. Notice the red line that's in it. Everything above the red line is to help you learn the material. That includes PowerPoint, slides, videos, audios, crossword puzzles, etc. Everything below the red line is graded homework. Each unit will have a quiz, every single one of the 14 units. Some of the units will also have a discussion and or an essay. And check the grade policy folder in the course information button, which will tell you more about the homework. Here's a close-up of what we just saw on the last slide. Notice I've zoomed in on the red line, and you can see one thing above the red line and 3 things below the red line. That red line, remember, everything above it is for learning purposes. Everything below it is for grading purposes. So notice just above the red line, there's a link to get a paper form of the electronic quiz. You need to download and print that quiz, and then look through the PowerPoints in the book and the other materials and find the answers and write them on the paper quiz. Then, just below the red line, click on the link to take the electronic quiz by transferring your paper answers to the electronic form, and when you're done, click Submit. You will find out which answers you got correct and which were wrong, and you need to then go back and find the correct answers to the ones you got wrong and take the quiz again. And you can take it as many times as you want to, and all during the semester. It never closes. It's good for practice, and your highest grade always is the grade that counts. So if you get 100 on the quiz and then you take it again and get a 10, the 100 counts. You can see also that there is a discussion and an essay in this unit as well. In this slide, we're looking at the Student Services button. You will find many links in this area which can help you with lots of academic services for students. There are 2 more buttons as well underneath the Student Services button. There is an email button which will allow you to send me emails directly out of Blackboard. You will have to open your email program to get my responses, though, because you cannot receive my responses in Blackboard. The other is a link to Blackboard Instant Messenger. This is called BBIM, and I'll be on BBIM most nights around 8 p.m. for virtual office hours. That's it for now. That's how the course works. Email me if you have any issues, and as soon as the course opens, get in and start working on the first day activities. I hope you have a good semester.